Enlightenment Everyday by Sage Avalon. Introduction. What we cultivate in our inner world becomes the lens through which we experience everything outside of us. When the mind is clear and the soul is light, life begins to feel less like a struggle and more like a gentle unfolding. This work is a quiet guide for those seeking that clarity, those who wish to live with more presence, depth, and joy. Enlighten. Every day is a collection of daily insights designed to reconnect you with the wisdom already within you. In a world that glorifies busyness, noise, and constant striving, we often forget the immense power of stillness, simplicity, and self-awareness. This journey invites you to slow down, not to escape life, but to experience it more fully. Each reflection within these pages serves as a soft nudge toward the light, your light. These are not grand theories or complex philosophies. They are reminders, gentle truths, quiet whispers to the soul. Some will comfort you, others may challenge you, but each one holds the intention to awaken something sacred in your heart. You are not here to be fixed, because you are not broken. You are here to return to your essence, your breath, your purpose. With every chapter, you're invited to pause, to feel, and to reflect. Whether you engage with one insight each day or follow your intuition to what you need in any given moment, this is your space. There are no rules, only reminders. This work is for the seekers and the sensitives, the deep thinkers and the quiet healers. It's for anyone who believes that inner peace is possible and that joy is not found in more things, but in deeper connection, to self, to others, to the present. If you've ever longed for a softer, wiser way to walk through life, you are in the right place. Here you'll learn that healing doesn't always come in loud breakthroughs, but often in silent moments. That growth doesn't always mean doing more, but sometimes doing less, with more meaning. That enlightenment isn't a destination, but a daily practice. Take a deep breath. Let this be your beginning or your return. You don't need to become anything. Just remember who you already are. And as you do, your days will begin to shine, with more light, more presence, and more truth. Welcome to the journey within. Chapter 1. Awaken the light within. There is a quiet light within you. It has always been there, gentle, steady, and eternal. Sometimes life dims it. Burdens pile up, doubts grow. The noise of the world becomes so loud that we forget that this light even exists. But the truth is, it never goes out. It only waits. For your attention, for your remembrance, for your return. Awakening the light within is not about becoming someone new. It is about peeling away the layers that never belonged to you in the first place. The expectations, the fear, the self-doubt, all of it. Beneath it all is something pure, your awareness, your presence, your soul's quiet glow. The light within you is your intuition, your truth, your creative spark, and your spiritual compass. It is the voice that whispers, "You are enough." It is the energy that reminds you to pause, to breathe, and to begin again. It does not shout or demand. It waits with love. To awaken this light, begin by slowing down. Close your eyes. Breathe deeply, not just to fill your lungs, but to reconnect with your center. Feel into your heart. Not your thoughts, not your stories, just your heart. What does it need? What is it trying to tell you? What is it ready to release? This inner light grows stronger every time you choose peace over panic, truth over performance, and authenticity over approval. Every time you say no to what drains you and yes to what nourishes you, you stoke the flame. You become your own sanctuary. You begin to shine, not with effort, but with presence. Awakening is not a one-time event. It is a practice, a daily choosing, a daily remembering. You will forget sometimes. That's okay. Light does not judge the darkness, it simply shines through it. Your light will always welcome you back. So, start here. Start now. Not by striving, but by softening. Let go of the need to fix yourself. Let go of the rush to achieve some perfect version of you. You are not here to become light. You already are. You are here to remember it. Take this first step with reverence and courage. Let today be the day you stop looking outside for validation and begin looking within for illumination. Trust that even the smallest spark is enough to light the way forward. Your light is not missing. It's waiting. All you have to do is notice. And from that noticing, everything begins. Chapter 2. The Power of Daily Intentions. Each day is a blank canvas, and whether we realize it or not, we are always painting it, with our thoughts, our choices, and most powerfully, our intentions. Setting a daily intention is like whispering a quiet promise to your soul. It is a conscious way of telling the universe, and yourself, what kind of energy you wish to embody, experience, and extend. Intentions are not goals. They are not tied to outcomes or achievements. Goals are about doing. Intentions are about being. You may set a goal to exercise today, but your intention could be to honor your body with movement. You may plan to meet deadlines, but your deeper intention might be to approach your work with calm and clarity. When your actions are guided by intention, everything becomes more meaningful, more aligned, more awake. Intentions shape our awareness. They gently guide our attention throughout the day and help us realign when we drift. Without them, we move through life on autopilot, reacting, rushing, forgetting why we started. But with intention, we move with presence. We become creators of our day rather than victims of circumstance. Setting a daily intention takes only a moment, but it has the power to shift your entire experience. In the morning, before the world asks anything of you, sit still, even for just 1 minute. Close your eyes. Place a hand over your heart. Ask yourself gently, how do I want to feel today? What energy do I want to carry? What kind of person do I choose to be? Let the answer arise naturally. Perhaps today your intention is to be patient, or open-hearted, or grounded, or joyful. Whatever it is, let it be simple. Let it be yours. You don't need to force it. You only need to feel it. And then, carry it with you. Write it down. Repeat it throughout your day like a mantra. When life pulls you in many directions, come back to your intention. Let it be your anchor. Some days you'll forget. Some days, the noise will be loud. That's okay. Intention is not about perfection. It's about direction. A soft nudge toward the life you want to live and the person you wish to be. Remember, how you begin your day matters, and how you choose to show up, moment by moment, creates the life you experience. You have the power to live deliberately. Begin each day with a whisper, a breath, a choice. Begin with intention. Chapter 3. Silence is sacred. In a world that never stops speaking, silence is a sacred act of rebellion. It is not empty. It is not a void. It is a sanctuary. A place where the noise of the world dissolves and the voice of your soul can finally be heard. We are constantly surrounded by sound. Notifications, conversations, news, thoughts that loop endlessly in our minds. This constant stimulation leaves little space for presence, reflection, or peace. But when we choose silence, even for a few moments, something miraculous happens. We begin to hear what truly matters. Silence is where truth lives. It is where clarity rises from confusion. In silence, we remember what we love, what we fear, what we've ignored. It is the space where healing begins, not through doing, but through simply being. Think of silence like a still lake. When there is no wind, no ripple, you can see all the way to the bottom. But when thoughts and distractions constantly stir the surface, everything becomes cloudy. In stillness, we return to our depths. We remember that peace isn't something we find outside of us. It's something that grows when we stop running from the present moment. You don't have to sit in a cave or retreat into the mountains to experience sacred silence. It can be found in simple places, early mornings before the world wakes up, quiet moments between tasks, the pause before you speak, the breath you take before reacting. Even 1 minute of conscious silence can reset your energy, calm your nervous system, and reconnect you to your center. The more you embrace silence, the more you begin to trust it. You'll notice that the answers you were chasing begin to arise. That inspiration, creativity, and intuition become clearer. That your presence deepens, not just for yourself, but for the people around you. Silence also teaches us how to listen, not just to others, but to life itself. When we are no longer filling every gap with noise, we begin to hear the subtle guidance of the universe, a feeling, a knowing, a gentle nudge forward. In silence, you meet yourself, not the roles you play or the expectations you carry, but the real you. The one who is always calm beneath the chaos, the one who already knows the way. So today, carve out a moment of silence, not as a task, but as a gift. Enter it like a sacred room with reverence. Listen, not for answers, but for truth. Let silence speak. It always does. Chapter 4. Gratitude, the frequency of abundance. Gratitude is more than a polite response or a fleeting emotion. It is a state of being, a frequency that transforms how we see the world. When you tune into gratitude, you shift your entire reality. What once felt like lack begins to overflow with meaning. What once felt ordinary becomes sacred. We often wait for things to go right before we feel grateful. But true gratitude isn't about waiting for perfect moments. It's about seeing perfection in the present, even when life is messy, uncertain, or incomplete. Gratitude says, "This is enough. I am enough. Right now, in this breath." It's easy to fall into the habit of focusing on what's missing, what we don't have, who we haven't become, where we haven't reached. The mind is trained to seek more, but the soul remembers what already is, and it is gratitude that bridges the two. It brings us from the mental noise of scarcity into the grounded peace of sufficiency. Every moment holds something to be thankful for: a breath, a heartbeat, a sunrise, a lesson, a chance to begin again. The more we notice, the more we receive. Because what we appreciate, appreciates. This is the quiet magic of gratitude. It multiplies what we focus on. When we feel grateful, we draw in more to be grateful for. Gratitude is also one of the most healing emotional states. It softens the heart, calms the nervous system, and lifts the spirit. It dissolves resentment, fear, and comparison. It reconnects us to joy, not because everything is perfect, but because we choose to see what's beautiful within the imperfection. Start simple. Each morning or evening, name 3 things you're grateful for. They don't need to be profound. The simpler, the better. Warm tea, a kind word, a deep breath. Over time, this small practice rewires the way your mind sees the world. It trains your attention to search for light, even in dark places. Gratitude doesn't change our circumstances overnight, but it changes us, and that changes how we meet our circumstances. We become more open, more patient, more receptive to life's unfolding. When you walk in gratitude, you walk in abundance. You realize you are already surrounded by gifts, not always the ones you asked for, but often the ones you needed. And in that realization, you begin to live not from lack, but from fullness. Gratitude is a prayer without words, a song without sound, a way of saying yes to the miracle of now. Tune into it, and let abundance flow. Chapter 5. The Art of Letting Go. Letting go is not about giving up. It is not weakness. It is not forgetting. Letting go is an act of courage. It is choosing peace over control, freedom over attachment, and clarity over confusion. It is a sacred art, the art of release. We carry so much: old stories, past hurts, heavy expectations, outdated versions of who we think we should be. Sometimes we hold on not because it serves us, but because it feels familiar. We believe that if we let go, we'll lose something: security, identity, love. But the truth is, what we often lose is the weight we were never meant to carry. Letting go doesn't happen all at once. It happens in layers, in moments of awareness and surrender. It begins when we ask ourselves, what am I holding on to that no longer serves me? And then we listen, deeply, honestly. It might be a grudge, a limiting belief, a plan that no longer fits the person you've become. Whatever it is, trust that releasing it makes space for something better. It's okay to grieve what you let go of. Whether it's a relationship, a dream, or an old self, every release deserves compassion. But do not let fear keep you bound to what is already complete. Life is always moving. The seasons change, rivers flow, and you too are meant to evolve. When we release what no longer serves us, we return to our natural state: light, open, alive. Our energy begins to rise, our vision clears, and we begin to attract experiences that align with who we truly are, not who we used to be. Letting go is not passive. It is an active choice, a daily practice of detaching from outcomes, surrendering control, and trusting the intelligence of life. It is saying, I don't need to know how everything will unfold. I only need to create space for what's meant for me. To begin this practice, breathe deeply. Feel into what you're clinging to. Don't judge it, just observe. And then gently invite it to release. You might say silently, I let go. I trust. I am open to what comes next. Repeat as needed. Let the words sink in. Sometimes letting go feels like falling. But in that fall, we find our wings. We remember that surrender is not the end. It is the beginning of something new. So loosen your grip, trust the flow, and allow life to meet you with grace. Chapter 6. Embrace the present moment. The present moment is the only place life truly exists, not in yesterday's memories or tomorrow's worries, but right here in this breath, this heartbeat, this moment unfolding. And yet, how often do we miss it? We replay the past like an old film, hoping for different endings. Or we rush ahead, imagining what might go wrong. We live in timelines that no longer exist or haven't yet arrived, while the richness of now slips quietly through our fingers. But peace, clarity, and joy are not found in the past or future. They are only ever found now. To embrace the present moment is to awaken to life. It is to realize that this, whatever it may look like, is enough. It is not about perfection. It is about presence. Being here, fully, without judgment or resistance. Just being. The present moment is spacious. In it, there is no pressure to perform, no shame of the past, no fear of the future. There is only what is real: the sensation of air entering your lungs, the weight of your body on the ground, the sounds around you, the stillness between thoughts. When we truly arrive in the now, everything slows. We begin to see again the beauty in simple things, the peace in silence, the sacredness in the ordinary. We stop rushing and start noticing. We stop reacting and start responding. It doesn't take long, just a pause, a breath, a moment to return. Even in the busiest day, you can find stillness by simply becoming aware of where you are. Right now, ask yourself, where are my thoughts? Where is my body? Am I fully here? Bring your attention back. Anchor it in your breath, your senses, your being. This is not about avoiding responsibility or ignoring reality. It is about living with full awareness of this reality, the only one that is ever truly yours. When you embrace the present, you stop missing your life as it's happening. Presence deepens connection with yourself, with others, with the world. A truly present moment, shared eye contact, a walk in nature, a mindful meal, can fill your soul more than hours of distracted living. The present moment is your doorway to peace. Every time you return to it, you heal something. You soften. You remember that everything you need is already here. So take a breath. Look around. Feel the life inside you. This moment is a gift. Embrace it. Live it. It is all you ever truly have. Chapter 7. Rewriting Your Inner Story. We all carry stories, quiet narratives we've repeated so many times, we've begun to believe they are who we are. I'm not good enough. I always mess things up. I'll never be happy. These inner stories are often born from past wounds, inherited beliefs, or passing moments that left a deep imprint. Over time, they become the lens through which we see ourselves, others, and the world. But here's the truth. Just because a story has been with you for a long time doesn't mean it's true. And just because it was true once doesn't mean it still is. You have the power to pause, reflect, and choose again. You have the power to rewrite the script. Rewriting your inner story begins with awareness. Listen to the thoughts that repeat in your mind, especially when you're tired, stressed, or uncertain. What do you tell yourself when no one's listening? What do you believe about your worth, your future, your potential? Once you become aware of the story, you can question it. Ask yourself gently, who told me this? Where did this belief come from? Is it helping me grow or holding me back? This process is not about blame. It's about reclaiming your authorship, the ability to write a narrative that empowers you rather than limits you. Your inner dialogue shapes your outer reality. If you speak to yourself with criticism and fear, your world will reflect that. But if you begin to speak with kindness, possibility, and truth, your life will shift in extraordinary ways. Your energy will rise. Your confidence will grow. Your heart will soften. Begin small. Take one belief that no longer serves you and rewrite it. Replace "I'm always failing" with "I'm learning and evolving." Replace "I can't change" with "I am becoming." These new words may feel unfamiliar at first, like wearing clothes that don't quite fit yet. But with repetition, they become your new language. And with time, they become your new truth. You are not your past. You are not your mistakes. You are not the voice that told you you couldn't. You are the one who writes, the one who decides, the one who creates meaning from experience. Every day is a new page. Every breath is a fresh start. You are not bound by your history. You are free to grow beyond it. So pick up the pen and write the story your soul longs to live. Chapter 8. Energy flows where attention goes. Where you place your attention, you place your energy. What you focus on expands. This simple truth is one of the most powerful spiritual principles, and one that quietly shapes every part of your life. Your thoughts are not just passive ideas, they are living signals, shaping how you feel, how you act, and what you attract. If your attention is constantly pulled toward what's wrong, what's missing, or what might go wrong, your energy follows that path. You begin to feel drained, anxious, or stuck. But when you bring your focus to what's possible, what's working, and what you truly desire, your energy lifts. You begin to feel clear, inspired, and in flow. We often believe our emotions just happen to us, but so many of them are fueled by where our mind is dwelling. And while we can't always control what enters our mind, we can choose what stays. That choice is where our power lives. Begin to notice your focus throughout the day. Are you feeding worry or peace? Fear or trust? Comparison or contentment? Each thought you repeat is like watering a plant. The more you give it attention, the more it grows. The key is not to resist or suppress negative thoughts, but to gently redirect your energy toward what nourishes your spirit. This doesn't mean ignoring your problems or pretending everything is perfect. It means choosing to bring awareness and intention to your focus. Even in challenges, you can ask, what is this teaching me? Where is the opportunity here? How can I grow through this? These questions shift your attention from victimhood to empowerment, from stagnation to progress. One powerful way to train your attention is through mindfulness. Spend a few moments each day in stillness, simply observing your thoughts without judgment. Notice which ones are helpful and which ones are stealing your energy. You don't have to chase them, just observe and choose differently. You can also practice redirecting your focus by setting daily intentions or affirmations. Speak them out loud. Write them down. Today, I focus on peace. I choose to see the good. I direct my energy toward growth. Let these become your guiding lights when your mind begins to wander. Remember, your energy is your most sacred currency. Spend it wisely. Don't give it to distractions that drain you or fears that freeze you. Place it where your heart wants to grow, because where your attention goes, your life follows. Choose with intention, and let your energy lead the way. Chapter 9. Change over comfort. Growth rarely happens in comfort. The soul doesn't evolve when everything is easy, predictable, and safe. It grows when you choose courage, when you take that uncertain step, speak your truth, or rise even when you're trembling. Courage is not about fearlessness. It's about choosing to act despite the fear. It's about honoring your path even when it's uncomfortable. We all crave comfort. It feels warm, familiar, and safe. But comfort can also be a cage. A place where dreams shrink, creativity sleeps, and potential goes unrealized. Staying in the comfort zone might protect you from failure, but it also blocks you from discovering who you truly are and what you're truly capable of. Choosing courage doesn't mean you need to take massive leaps. Sometimes it's a whisper of boldness, having a difficult conversation, saying no when your body says no, sharing your ideas, or showing up as your authentic self. These small acts of bravery are the bricks that build an empowered life. Fear will always be there. It's a natural response to the unknown. But fear is not the enemy, avoidance is. When you avoid fear, you give it power. When you face it, even gently, you begin to reclaim your own. Courage asks, what if I try, instead of, what if I fail? It looks fear in the eye and says, you don't get to decide my story. It allows you to grow beyond your limits, to stretch your soul, to walk toward your vision even when the path is unclear. Ask yourself, where in my life am I choosing comfort over courage? What dream, truth, or change am I avoiding because it feels too risky? What would my life look like if I chose courage, just for today? The truth is, courage doesn't always feel good in the moment. It can feel shaky, vulnerable, even painful. But afterward, after the leap, you feel expanded. You feel alive. You feel proud that you showed up for yourself. Remember, it's not about being fearless. It's about being braver than your doubt, moment by moment. It's about taking the next step even if your hands are shaking. Comfort may feel good now, but courage creates a future that feels even better. So don't wait for the fear to disappear. Walk with it. Use it as a compass. Let it guide you to the edges of your becoming. Choose courage, even when it's hard, especially when it's hard. Chapter 10. The Mirror of Relationships. Relationships are not just connections. We are mirrors for each other. Every person we meet reflects something back to us: our wounds, our worth, our fears, our beauty. The way we respond to others often reveals more about our inner world than about them. If we are open and aware, relationships become powerful tools for awakening. Think about it. The people who bring us joy often reflect the parts of ourselves we've embraced. The ones who trigger us? They usually touch a part of us that is still healing or seeking attention. This doesn't mean others are right or wrong. It simply means that relationships stir what already lives within us. When someone triggers anger, jealousy, or insecurity in you, ask gently, "What is this showing me about myself?" Instead of reacting or blaming, look inward. Are you seeing your own unhealed pain? A part of yourself you've disowned? A boundary you've been afraid to set? On the other hand, when someone inspires you, lights you up, or makes you feel deeply seen, that too is a mirror. They are reflecting your potential, your light, your truth. Often, the qualities we admire in others are the ones we are longing to awaken within ourselves. Relationships, whether romantic, platonic, familial, or professional, are sacred grounds for growth. Each one teaches us something. Some people come into our lives to remind us of love. Others come to teach us strength. Some help us heal. Others teach us to let go. The more aware you become of this mirror effect, the more empowering your relationships become. You stop expecting others to complete you. You stop blaming others for your emotions. Instead, you use each connection as a gateway to deeper self-understanding. But remember, being a mirror doesn't mean accepting poor treatment. It means being curious about your reactions. It means using your discomfort as a compass for healing, while also holding boundaries that honor your worth. The next time someone challenges you, pause. Breathe. Instead of defending or shutting down, ask, "What is this really about for me?" And when someone brings you peace, let yourself receive that reflection fully, knowing it is just as much about you as it is about them. Relationships are the curriculum of the soul. They test us, teach us, shape us, but most importantly, they reveal us to ourselves. Look into the mirror, not to judge, but to understand, and grow with love. Chapter 11. Mindful Mornings, Peaceful Nights. The way you begin and end your day shapes everything in between. Mornings and nights are sacred transitions, portals between rest and action, silence and movement, dreams and reality. If you honor them with intention, your entire life becomes more grounded, more centered, and more alive. A mindful morning doesn't mean waking up at 5 a.m. to conquer the world. It means waking up with awareness, with presence, with gratitude. Before reaching for your phone or diving into tasks, take a breath. Feel the weight of your body, the softness of your bed, the miracle of waking up again. Instead of rushing into the day, greet it. Light a candle, stretch your body, drink water slowly, speak a kind word to yourself. Even 5 minutes of mindful silence in the morning can shift your energy from reactive to receptive. Set an intention. Today, I choose calm. Today, I lead with love. Let this guide your actions. When you start your day mindfully, you're less likely to be pulled by chaos. You become the one steering your thoughts, your time, your emotions. You create space for peace before the world makes its demands. And just as mornings are beginnings, nights are closures. They are invitations to release the noise, to let go of the day, to come home to yourself. A peaceful night doesn't mean silence outside, it means quiet inside. It's a moment to reflect. What did I learn today? What can I let go of? What am I grateful for? Create a nighttime ritual that soothes you. Dim the lights. Breathe deeply. Put your phone away. Write in a journal. Pray, stretch, or simply lie in stillness. Signal to your body and soul that it's safe to rest, that the work is done, that you are held. Mindful mornings and peaceful nights act like bookends, holding your day with care. They give structure to your inner world, no matter what chaos the outer world brings. And over time, these simple rituals become your sanctuary, places you return to for grounding, clarity, and renewal. Life is made of days, and days are made of moments. When you begin and end your day with intention, the moments in between begin to change. You react less, breathe more, notice the beauty, and carry yourself with presence. You don't need to overhaul your life. Just begin and end each day in alignment with your truth, and let the rest flow from there. Chapter 12. Purpose is a practice. Purpose is often spoken of as a grand revelation, something you suddenly discover, a calling that arrives in a flash of certainty. But in truth, purpose is not a destination. It is not a title, a job, or a specific mission etched in stone. Purpose is a practice, a way of showing up, moment by moment, in alignment with what matters most to you. You don't need to wait for a life-changing event to find your purpose. You live it each time you act from your core values, follow your inner compass, or bring presence and care to whatever is in front of you. Purpose is not always loud. Often it's quiet. It's in the way you listen to someone who needs to be heard. It's in the way you create, teach, nurture, or simply love. It's in the courage to live truthfully, even when the world pulls you in other directions. There is no single definition of purpose. For some, it's found in service. For others, in creativity. For many, it's woven into everyday life, in parenting, healing, building, or learning. What matters is not how your purpose looks from the outside, but how it feels from the inside. When you're aligned with it, you feel energized, fulfilled, and alive. The practice of purpose begins with curiosity. Ask yourself, what brings me joy? What makes me feel useful, inspired, or deeply connected? What am I naturally drawn to? The answers may not come all at once, but asking these questions is how the practice begins. Then, take small actions that reflect those insights. Don't wait for perfect clarity. Begin where you are. Purpose reveals itself as you live it. Each choice to follow your truth sharpens your path. Each act of alignment strengthens your direction. And know this, your purpose can evolve. What felt meaningful a year ago may shift as you grow. That's okay. Your soul is not static. It's dynamic, always expanding. Let your purpose be fluid, not fixed. Let it move with you, not trap you. When life feels unclear or heavy, return to the practice. Do something kind. Create something honest. Help someone in need. Take one step towards something that feels meaningful. Purpose is often found not in grand vision, but in small, consistent devotion to what matters. You don't have to have it all figured out. Just stay connected, stay present, stay open. Because purpose is not a place you arrive, it's a path you walk every day. Chapter 13. The Joy of Simplicity. Simplicity is not emptiness. It is fullness without the clutter. In a world that tells us to seek more success, more possessions, more recognition, simplicity whispers something different. Less, but deeper. Slower, but more meaningful. Quieter, but more peaceful. There is profound joy in the simple things. A warm cup of tea. A walk without your phone. A room filled with sunlight. A sincere conversation. A single breath taken with full awareness. These are not lesser experiences. They are the essence of life itself, often hidden beneath layers of distraction and noise. Simplicity is a return, a remembering, of what truly matters. When we strip away the excess, what remains is clarity. We begin to see what nourishes us versus what drains us. We notice how much of our energy has been spent on things that don't actually bring us peace or joy. This isn't just about decluttering your home, though that can be powerful. It's about decluttering your mind, your schedule, your commitments, your digital life. It's about choosing presence over pressure, stillness over speed, essence over excess. Ask yourself, what am I holding on to that complicates my life unnecessarily? What can I release, even a little, to create more space for peace? Often, the pursuit of more leaves us feeling emptier. But when we simplify, we make room for deeper connection, to ourselves, to others, to nature, and to the present moment. We begin to live more slowly, more deliberately, and with more gratitude. Simplicity also allows joy to rise naturally. When your mind is not cluttered with constant doing and striving, you notice beauty in the ordinary. You appreciate what you already have. You stop chasing the next thing long enough to experience the now. The joy of simplicity isn't found in the absence of ambition or passion. It's found in the ability to focus your energy on what truly lights you up. It's choosing quality over quantity, depth over surface, purpose over performance. Start small. Unsubscribe from one unnecessary obligation. Let go of one item you no longer use. Say no to one thing that doesn't serve your well-being. Create space. Create calm. And watch how joy flows in to fill that space. Simplicity is not about having nothing. It's about holding on to only what truly matters. And in that holding, you will find lightness. You will find clarity. You will find joy. Chapter 14. Compassion begins with you. We often think of compassion as something we give to others. Kindness, forgiveness, patience, and understanding. And while that is true, the deepest form of compassion begins at home. It begins with how you speak to yourself, how you hold yourself through difficulty, how gently you respond when you fall short, feel lost, or make mistakes. Too often, we reserve compassion for everyone but ourselves. We extend grace to others and judgment to our own hearts. We push ourselves to be perfect, productive, and pleasing, forgetting that we too are human. We too are worthy of softness. But here's the truth. The way you treat yourself becomes the foundation for every relationship you have. If your inner voice is harsh, your world feels heavy. If your inner world is filled with patience and care, that peace begins to radiate outward. You don't have to wait for others to treat you with kindness. You can become your own source of it. Compassion begins with awareness. Begin to notice your self-talk. When you make a mistake, do you speak with understanding, or do you punish yourself? When you feel tired or overwhelmed, do you listen to your needs, or override them in the name of productivity? Treat yourself as you would treat a dear friend. Would you shame them for struggling? Would you call them a failure for being afraid? Or would you hold space, offer warmth, and remind them they are still enough? Self-compassion is not self-pity. It's not weakness or laziness. It's strength. It takes courage to sit with your pain rather than escape it. It takes maturity to choose healing over harshness. It's the path of wholeness, of becoming your own ally rather than your biggest critic. When you practice compassion for yourself, you begin to soften the walls you've built. You become less reactive, more present, more forgiving of others because you have learned to forgive yourself. You stop needing to prove your worth and start living from it. You can begin today, right now. Place a hand over your heart. Breathe deeply. Say to yourself, I am doing the best I can. I am allowed to be human. I choose to be kind to myself. Even if it feels awkward, let the words land. Let them become your new truth. You are not meant to carry your pain alone. You are meant to meet it with tenderness. And that tenderness begins with you. Because the first place compassion must live is within your own heart. Chapter 15. Spiritual Strength in Hard Times. Hard times come to everyone. No life is untouched by pain, loss, uncertainty, or struggle. But in the midst of difficulty, there is a hidden power, a strength that doesn't shout, doesn't rush, and doesn't break under pressure. This is spiritual strength. It is the quiet resilience that lives deep within you, waiting to be remembered when the world feels heavy. Spiritual strength is not about denying your pain or pretending to be okay when you're not. It's not about forcing positivity or hiding your emotions behind a brave face. True strength is the courage to feel, to fall, to grieve, to be vulnerable, and still trust that something deeper is holding you. In hard times, it is natural to feel lost, but it's in those moments of loss that we often find something more enduring: faith, presence, surrender. We discover that even when everything else falls away, our inner light is not extinguished. It flickers maybe, but it does not go out. Spiritual strength is built not by avoiding the storm, but by learning how to stand in it with open hands. It's saying, I don't have all the answers, but I will stay grounded. It's choosing to breathe through the chaos, to listen inwardly, to trust that healing is happening, even if you can't see it yet. When life feels unbearable, return to simple things. Breathe. Place your hand over your heart. Whisper words of comfort to yourself. Pray. Walk in nature. Write what hurts. Sit in stillness. These are not small acts. They are sacred. They are the roots that keep you steady when everything else sways. Remember, spiritual strength isn't about what you control. It's about what you trust. Trust that life is unfolding with purpose, even if it doesn't make sense right now. Trust that your soul is being shaped through this experience, carved into something wiser, softer, stronger, and know that you are never alone. Even in silence, you are being guided. Even in the dark, you are being watched over. The divine does not abandon you in pain. It holds you there, closer than ever. So when you feel weak, broken, or afraid, reach for your spiritual center. That place within that is eternal, untouchable, whole. Let it remind you, this moment is not the end. This pain is not your identity. You are being transformed, not defeated. Stand in your truth. Stand in your light. And let your spirit carry you forward. One breath, one step, one sacred moment at a time. Chapter 16. Inspired action, not reaction. There is a powerful difference between reaction and action. Reaction is fast, automatic, often rooted in fear or habit. It arises from old wounds, unresolved emotions, and the desire to defend or control. But action, inspired action, comes from a deeper place. It is thoughtful, aligned, and guided by clarity rather than chaos. In a world that moves quickly and demands instant responses, it can be easy to live in reaction mode. A message upsets you, so you fire one back. A challenge appears, so you panic and push. But these impulsive reactions often drain our energy and distort our truth. They keep us stuck in cycles of regret and reactivity. Inspired action, on the other hand, comes from stillness, from awareness, from a pause that allows your wisdom to rise above your instinct. It is not rushed. It is not fueled by fear or ego. It is intentional. It is rooted in your values, your purpose, your highest self. To practice inspired action, you must create space between stimulus and response. When something triggers you, don't respond immediately. Breathe. Step back. Observe. Ask yourself, what is really happening here? What part of me feels activated? What outcome am I actually seeking? This pause is sacred. It allows the emotional wave to settle so you can see clearly. And from that clarity, you choose your response, not based on the past, but based on who you are becoming. Inspired action doesn't always feel grand or dramatic. Often it's quiet. It might be choosing to listen instead of argue. It might be walking away instead of proving a point. It might be sending a message that's filled with honesty instead of blame. These are small choices, but they shift your entire path. Living this way transforms your relationships, your work, and your sense of self. You stop being a prisoner of reaction and start becoming a conscious creator of your life. You act when it's aligned, not when it's pressured. You say yes when it's true, not just to avoid conflict. You speak when your heart is ready, not just because silence feels uncomfortable. Start today. Notice one moment where you feel the urge to react. Instead, pause, breathe, and ask, what would my wisest self do right now? Let that wisdom guide your step. Let inspiration, not impulse, lead the way. Because in that space between reaction and response lies your freedom. And from that freedom, you create a life of meaning, power, and peace. Chapter 17. Sacred Boundaries, Sacred Energy. Your energy is sacred. It is your life force, your inner light, your emotional space, your spiritual currency. And just like any precious resource, it must be protected, honored, and managed with intention. This is where boundaries come in, not as walls to keep people out, but as bridges that guide healthy connection. Boundaries are not barriers. They are expressions of self-respect. Many of us were never taught how to set boundaries. We were taught to please, to endure, to say yes when we meant no. We were told that kindness meant self-sacrifice. But over time, this leads to exhaustion, resentment, and disconnection from our truth. Sacred boundaries are an act of love, for yourself and for others. When you honor your limits, you teach others how to honor you too. You show the world what you value, what you stand for, and how you choose to be treated. Begin by tuning in to how you feel in different spaces and relationships. Does your energy rise or fall? Do you feel seen or dismissed? Safe or drained? Your body is wise. It often senses what your mind tries to ignore. If something feels heavy, invasive, or out of alignment, it's okay to say no. It's okay to step back. It's okay to protect your peace. You are not here to be everything for everyone. You are here to be true to yourself. Setting a boundary doesn't require anger or explanation. It only requires clarity. You can say, I'm not available for that conversation right now, or I need some space to recharge, or simply, no thank you. These are complete sentences. And when said with calm confidence, they speak volumes. Sometimes people may resist your boundaries, especially if they benefited from your lack of them. That's okay. Their reaction is not your responsibility. Your job is to stay rooted in what's right for you. The more you honor your sacred energy, the more aligned your life becomes. You begin to attract relationships that are respectful, nurturing, and balanced. You have more energy for what truly matters. And you become more present because you're no longer scattered or stretched thin. Sacred boundaries are not selfish. They are spiritual. They are how you protect your light in a world that often asks for more than you can give. So take a breath. Check in with yourself. Reclaim your space. Speak your truth. Because your energy is not endless, and your peace is worth protecting. Honor it. Guard it. Live from it. Chapter 18. The universe responds to you. You are not alone in this journey. Whether you call it the universe, God, source, or something unnamed, there is a greater intelligence moving through all things, an unseen force that responds not to your words, but to your energy, your belief, and your vibration. The universe doesn't judge or punish. It mirrors. It reflects back the frequency you consistently offer. If you move through life expecting disappointment, you'll often find it. If you carry the energy of gratitude, trust, and possibility, you'll begin to notice doors opening, synchronicities aligning, and people arriving just when you need them most. This isn't magic. It's resonance. Like tuning forks vibrating at the same frequency, your thoughts and emotions send out a signal. The universe, in its infinite wisdom, meets you there. But here's what's important. The universe doesn't respond to fleeting wishes. It responds to your deep, consistent energy. If you say, I believe in abundance, but your thoughts are filled with scarcity and fear, you send mixed signals. True alignment means your thoughts, emotions, and actions are all rooted in trust and integrity. This doesn't mean you have to be positive all the time. You are human. You'll have low days, doubts, and pain. That's okay. What matters is your willingness to realign, to rise again, to return to the truth of who you are. The universe responds to authenticity, not perfection. Begin each day by checking in. What am I choosing to believe today? What kind of energy am I radiating? Am I open to receiving, or am I unknowingly blocking the flow? Ask with curiosity, not judgment. Then, gently adjust. Choose a thought that feels expansive. Take one action that reflects trust. Speak one word rooted in love, not fear, and then, let go. Release the need to control how everything unfolds. The universe moves in divine timing, not your ego's schedule. Your job is not to force the outcome. It's to stay in alignment, stay in faith, and stay open. You are always co-creating. Every thought is a brushstroke. Every emotion is a color. Every belief is a shape on the canvas of your life. So speak clearly. Act with intention. Think with awareness. And above all, feel with love. Because the universe is always listening, and it is ready to respond to the truth you are brave enough to live. Chapter 19. Stillness is the path to wisdom. In a world that worships movement, stillness can feel unnatural, even uncomfortable. We are taught to measure our worth by how much we do, how fast we move, how loud we speak. But real wisdom does not rise from noise or speed. It comes in the quiet, in the pause, in the stillness between thoughts. Stillness is not emptiness. It is presence. It is awareness without effort. It's the moment when the mind stops chasing and the heart begins listening. In stillness, truth has space to surface. Confusion begins to settle. Clarity, like clear water, returns. When we are constantly distracted, overstimulated, or rushing from one task to the next, we lose connection to our inner guidance. Wisdom is drowned out by noise. The answers we seek, the insights we need, are not absent. They're just waiting for us to get quiet enough to hear them. You don't need a silent retreat or a mountaintop to access stillness. It's available to you here and now, in your breath, in the space between your thoughts, in the gentle decision to be fully where you are, without running, without resisting. Start with a minute, just one. Sit down, close your eyes, and breathe. Let go of needing to figure anything out. Let the moment hold you. Allow everything to be exactly as it is. Feel the stillness underneath the movement of life. That's where your wisdom lives. Stillness isn't about doing nothing. It's about doing with awareness. Moving from the inside out, rather than reacting from the outside in. From this place, your actions become more intentional. Your words become more thoughtful. Your presence becomes more powerful. It's in stillness that we remember who we are beneath the labels, the roles, the pressures. We are not our to-do lists. We are not our achievements. We are awareness itself, quiet, vast, and wise. And the more time we spend in stillness, the more we carry its calm into everything we do. We become less reactive, more intuitive, more grounded. We start to trust the silence rather than fear it. We begin to know rather than endlessly seek. Stillness isn't an escape from life. It's a deeper entry into it, a space where wisdom is not taught but revealed. So take a breath. Let the world keep spinning for a moment. Come home to your stillness, because within it lives the guidance you've been searching for all along. Chapter 20. Shine every day, shine anyway. You were born to shine, not just on the days when everything feels right, not only when the world applauds you, but every day, especially on the hard ones, especially when you feel unsure, unseen, or unworthy. Shine anyway. Your light is not something you have to earn. It is not reserved for when you're perfect, healed, or accomplished. It's already inside you, steady, sacred, and strong. You don't need to force it. You only need to stop dimming it for the comfort of others or the fear of judgment. Some days your shine will be radiant, a glowing energy that uplifts everyone around you. Other days, it might be a quiet flicker, just enough to keep going. But both are valid. Both matter. Light doesn't always have to be loud to be powerful. The world can feel heavy. Life will test you. You will doubt yourself. You will stumble. You will have days when you feel like hiding. But even then, the invitation remains. Shine anyway. Not because you're trying to prove something, but because your light can never truly go out. And when you choose to shine in the dark, you remind others of their own light. Shining every day is a choice, a practice. It means showing up with integrity even when no one is watching. It means choosing kindness over cynicism, hope over fear, and authenticity over perfection. It means being real, being present, being bold in your own quiet way. You don't have to do big things to shine. Smile at a stranger, speak a kind word, share your truth, create from your soul, rest when you need to. All of these are forms of light. All of them matter. When you shine, you give others permission to do the same. You become a lighthouse in someone else's storm. You become the reason someone feels seen, heard, and less alone. And what could be more meaningful than that? So let go of the voice that says, "Who am I to shine?" Replace it with, "Who am I not to?" The world doesn't need more noise. It needs more light. And your light, your presence, your truth, your energy is uniquely yours to give. No matter the weather of your life, no matter the weight you carry, shine every day. Not perfectly, not for applause, just truly. Because your light heals, your light inspires, your light is enough. Shine every day. Shine anyway.